we have to do upskill them, or we have to do a capacity building with them, or we have to sit around and understand of how they look into education. Now, education will and always has always existed and will always exist with or without digitization. Do you agree with it? Every one of it? हम पढ़ के आए हैं, right? Right? How many of us even had a computer by the time we were 17, 8 years old? We didn't. Did we, Mr. Khandelwal? We didn't. Right? I had seen my first computer when I went to my college. I remember that too. And us time pe 20 rupees per hour, 60 rupees per hour was internet, right? But here we are standing and we are talking about digitization who never learned in the digitalized manner, right? That's the irony. But why are we talking about it? Because if the Pandora's box is open, it is open. You have to go. You can't leave it aside. You can't leave technology aside. You have to now shake hands with technology. But at the same time, what you have to remember is how much is too much and what is the best way to amalgamate technology and bring better learning outcomes. And with that thought in mind, EMBIBE की उत्पत्ति हुई 12 साल पहले. ठीक है? So EMBIBE. So today I'm going to talk about this topic. I'm not just going to talk about, I'm going to share my field experiences with you all people, because for the past so many years, we have been working with private schools, with government schools, and as Dr. Saha had said rightly, there is a digital divide. There is a big digital divide. But yet again, बच्चे तो सब बराबर हैं. सबको उतना ही हक है. We have to democratize education. So that's where our journey begins. Okay, in terms of talking about the edtech platform. So EMBIBE, if I say it's one of the most powerful edtech platforms, and when I say that I mean it, because we are not just an edtech platform that you come, plug, play a video and you show it to the students. The entire problem that began was we wanted to understand where are the learning gaps. बच्चों को कहाँ दिक्कत आती है पढ़ने में, right? Many of you, while you must be growing, you must be good at one subject and you'll be struggling in some other subject, right? But how many times was that struggle addressed? Or for that matter, for all the teachers and principals sitting here, we all have to complete our syllabus, right? Trust me, I was on the other side. I have taken, I've taught, I had to complete my syllabus. So when you enter a 40 minutes class, you have so many things at hand. And yet again, you're expected that you have to create a perfect blended learning model and finish the syllabus, give them homework, and make it digitalized also, right? So too many things. So, but then when you are teaching, you cannot cater to all the learning difficulties of every 40 students because they all are different. And Mr. Khandelwal in his initial slide, had written one word, personalized, right? So that's what we are. EMBIBE is a personalized, adaptive, artificially intelligent platform that goes down to understand the learning gap of every child, works on the strength and areas of improvement of the child for better learning outcomes. That's about it, right? So, when we say it's an AI-led strategy, lot of interactive content. Why? Because gone are the days when we were passive learners, that we are listening. We have to make learning active, and that's what we bring. Personalization, I already told you, education is personal. I may want different things to learn. My colleague might want different things to learn. Last but not the least, we are a very, very customizable platform. So when I look at Principal Ma'am from Manthan School, I would just like to address that we have all known about the accolades that your school carries. So when I say in terms of customization, every school has a custom requirement what they are catering to. So are we plugging in and giving everyone the same recipe? No. We identify what a school wants, what our stakeholders want, and then we service them. Now going ahead, this one is my favorite, right? So this is my founder, CEO. Her name is Aditi Awasthi, and you'll see who's the other person here. Everyone recognizes him. Ambani, right? So this journey, like I said, began with her vision. Of course, her vision was backed by Mukesh ji, and Aditi was always an enthusiast of those times जहाँ पे IIT was the thing. IIT कर लिया तो सब कर लिया, right? I don't know, you all are very young, but during our times it was like IIT was the order of the day. And she couldn't clear IIT, right? And then she understood that many of her friends had cleared, but she couldn't clear IIT. And she understood that there was one particular subject where she was lagging, and that learning gap was not addressed. And from there, that journey began, that I have to do something for every child and ensure that every child in every nook and corner of India can, utilize it. Now, कैसे हो सकता था? So that's the opportunity what we talk about digitization. Digitization is an opportunity to make our country literate, isn't it? Is there any other way that we can reach? You are sitting here. If I want to relay this particular talk, pan-India, has technology given me those wings? Has it? Right. So that's how it began. And then the technology has to be, self-exploratory also. Because as Pooja or as Chetali or as Dr. Shalini, I may not be able to go to Kerala down south. But if I can make a system that's sitting here, a person who is struggling in thermodynamics or any particular chapter anywhere pan world can utilize it. So that's where she made this platform, which today not only caters to the entire country but also is servicing 97 different countries. And ironically, you yet have not heard about it, right? It's because, as most of you know, Reliance works on the philanthropy model where they don't want to, because education is yet again something which builds the nation, right? So we never went too commercial over it. We have just started our commercial journey for the past 1 year, and we started servicing a lot of private schools. Bal Bharti Gangaram ma'am, all the group of schools is, we have been servicing them for the past 2 years now. So all the 7 schools of Bal Bharti in and around Delhi NCR are the pioneers of AI in education, and I think that's how I met Dr. Shalini as well in one of the events. So yes, that is. Now, what is the problem? See, understand that whenever, so this is a challenge, right? Because since the topic was that what are the challenges? Do you face any challenges? Massive challenges. Massive challenges when you want to roll out any solution on the field. Now, are the challenges technology required? Then what are the challenges? The biggest challenge that we have faced is the challenge of attitude or acceptance, right? Now, what happens is the teachers and the students are already having so much of work to do. Ma'am, you would agree to that, right? And with CBSE and NCERT putting so many clerical work, so many of paperwork down, and you have to complete the syllabus. So it's like always a war, tug of war. Ye kare, right? So when you take anything new to the teachers, the first thing is, ab ye bhi karna padega. And actually, that's how the journey begins. And at that time, our team just says, ये भी करना नहीं मैम, अगर आपका मन करेगा आप करिए, बट इतना जरूर कहेंगे कि अगर आप हमारे साथ थोड़े दिन हमें सहयोग देंगे तो शायद हम आपको एम्पावर करके आपका काम कम करें. So when we made a platform to overcome this challenge which we had seen during our pilot studies in different places, we made the platform give zero work to the teachers. Just with the click of the button, the teacher can assign assignments, and it's the system, it's machine learning, which is testing the test papers, solutions, it is finding and identifying the learning gaps. So ये जो NEP jargon is it's not a big jargon. We already were teaching with NEP since ages, right? It's just that it has been documented, and the present government has taken the reins in the hand and put a flowery picture out there. NEP learning outcomes existed from the times we studied and our teachers taught. Competencies were existing, skill was existing. But now the only blend that has done is that it has become digitized more, it has become more documented, and it is now as one system. So the first thing in digitization, what I love about is one lesson plan whole school can learn. Which means if tomorrow Manthan School's academic head for science creates one lesson plan for thermodynamics, can all the 10 teachers use it? Or if Manthan School is having 10 other school wings in the same city or pan India, one lesson plan channelize, and everyone, so you are removing the subjectivity of the teachers there. You are making same lesson plan universal. That helps. So the thing that digitization has helped us to solve, overcome, shortage of teachers. There was shortage of teachers, limited access to quality education, especially for the government schools that we are catering. So my team is servicing 55,000 schools in Uttar Pradesh. Those are basic shiksha and madhyamik shiksha. We are servicing 5,416 schools of Uttarakhand, in northern zone. We are doing aspirational district projects of Chamba. There are 18 aspirational districts we are serving, and everywhere our only target is to give quality education to the underprivileged. What is the need? Please understand, though the government is trying to upscale and put the government schools proper, yet again, there is a long way to go, and efforts have to be combined to bring that. So now, specialized coachings. Now, you must have, how many of you are actually suffering from the fact, I went to one of the schools in Varanasi, it's a diocese school, St. John's, and father just told me one thing, Pooja, I'm really very upset, 11th and 12th ke bacche school hi nahi aate hain. Is that the problem we are facing? Yes. Why? Because they are going to some coaching center and they are spending lakhs and lakhs there, not understanding the importance of school education is the utmost. The conceptual learning begins there. So when you give such softwares amalgamated with your course curriculum and you say, please, you don't go anywhere, your JEE needs practice can be done on a platform. So that's what we brought to the students. Very, very economical, very, very, जो market में 2 लाख का बिकता है वो हमने market में 4,000, 500,000 में बच्चों को दे दिया कि आप पढ़ें, JEE नीट क्लियर किए. So what we did, we wanted to bridge that gap. So similarly, as Dr. Saha said, any of you here can have your YouTube channel. Go and service the students. Anyone who wants to become a lawyer, you all are lawyers. By the way, digitization of education, the MOUs and the memorandums that we sign are all done by a lawyer. Our legal team falls into play, whether it is cyber security, it is data security. So you people, there are so many students in schools I go to who are preparing, who want to go for law, So why can't you have your own videos? Why can't you, mobilize and help the aspirants to understand more about law? Because trust me, till now in India, I'm sure law के बारे में लोगों को कम पता है. बहुत सारे लोग इस फील्ड में जाने में उनको पता ही नहीं, knowledge ही नहीं है. JEE NEET everyone is giving. So let's as a law school students, college students, go and mobilize and create good lawyers in the country. Okay, that's our responsibility. So what I wanted to give with this example was, it's a very, very universal thing. The problem can be many, but the solutions are also many, and that is something we said. Our approach, I've already talked about our approach. It was so the first approach that we what was, okay, Hindi or English का content सबको मिलता है, am I right? Mostly you'll get on Google, lot of Google and YouTube videos. Now when we went to down south and far-fetched, Orissa towards the northern east region, we found that regional language. So I remember, one student walking up to me and asking, do you have anything in Assamese and Bodo? And around that 10 years back, we thought, yeah, why not? I mean, if someone wants to study, should we have the content in regional languages? Why is the English order of the day? अगर नहीं आती English किसी को, so why not? Why can't they study? So that's when we started making content in regional languages. Today, we are servicing in 12 different regional languages. So we not just give content in English, Hindi, we give bilingual. Whatever. भाई language से आपकी पढ़ाई नहीं रुकनी चाहिए. So again, what helped that? Digitization. What was the challenge? Regional languages. They wanted to learn. But how did it? The challenge we again overcame with the help of technology. Do you think we recorded it? No. AI helps you to record one content into so many languages. We use technology to duplicate our content, right? I hope you people are enjoying and it's not okay. So I would love to see. So key differentiators, I won't talk about it. So one is we are actually very up and high in technology in terms that we give lot of simulated environment to study. When I say simulated environment, it's not just any animation playing. We give lot of 3D content. 3D means you can simulate the environment. You can rotate the model, you can split the model, you can annotate the models, you can go inside the models. So lot of technology. After that, we started with the advent of NEP, and for all the teachers and principals here. So you already must be using some or the other thing. Now, if you want to go to an experiential learning lab, right? We all want to have an experience center in our school. Just imagine, Shalini ma'am, I convert this entire of your studio into an experiential learning zone where I put a VR headset, virtual reality headset. I put the 3D goggles, that is also serious, and people come and watch all learning videos in a theoretical way. You know, जैसे picture देते हैं छोटा beam. And just imagine आपको मैं digestive system चश्मा लगा के दिखा रही हूँ. We can go inside a digestive system and touch the villi and everything. So after making a basic platform, we understood one thing: to empower the students and teacher further and to get into more experiential learning, we deployed virtual reality and augmented reality. And in the end, I'll show you a video which is called EMBIBE Lens. EMBIBE Lens, anyone can download on the app. You scan any newspaper, any paper. It will pick up the conceptual videos, it will throw up the educational models and related videos. And this was something which NCRT loved. So we did a pilot study with them. How many of you are aware of DMS schools, demonstration? And this question is for the teachers. How many of you are aware about DMS schools, demonstration multi-purpose schools? Okay. Most of you are not aware, and it's absolutely fine. Demonstration multi-purpose schools are basically schools that are part of NCERT, and they are the laboratories of India, where everything and anything before getting rolled out as an NCERT signed out paper gets tested there. So when we went to NCERT and we saw that students who were exploring themselves by scanning, seeing, and went into an exploratory learning, definitely worked out better. Yet again, the fine line that came out in that study was that exposure of max 30 minutes should be given us to a student, not more than that, as Mr. Khandelwal was telling, that too much of anything is bad enough. So what we did was, we have also timed out that what is, like in a 40 minutes class, how much of ICT? Not more than 7 minutes. How many of us? Ma'am, do you agree with that? Principal ma'am, I'll be addressing you. Not more than 7 minutes. You can't. In a 40 minutes lecture, if you're taking anything more than 7 minutes into an ICC, trust me, learning outcomes will fall down. There are only certain topics which will go digital, like polarization, eddy currents, which you can't make, or biology diagrams. You take that model, annotate on it, and go. If anyone is giving a 40-minute session, everything is digitized, it never works. And that's what the revised Bloom's taxonomy says. So yes, so these are all the things. We give virtual lab experiments, we give lens, I talked about, we give videos. Last but not the least, no matter where you go, you have to see how much the students have retained. So we have a huge question bank of more than 70 lakh questions. So anytime you are selecting any topic you want to make, so for the teachers and the students, there are lakhs and lakhs of questions every time a new test paper is generated to practice. Are we pushing the teachers? No, never push a teacher, never push a student. You empower them by telling about technology, you upskill them, you do capacity building sessions with them, to ensure that they decide what is the best digitization or digitized version of a lesson plan in class. And whatever numbers at 7 minutes, whatever number I'm giving you, it is after doing a survey with almost 350 million plus students for the past 12 years. We are a completely data science company. We are data scientists. Most of us who are working in this field are into data, because data is wealth. So every question has got an ideal time. So sir was talking about rubrics. Now irony is, half of the teachers when making a question paper do not decide the rubrics or what they actually want to gain out of that. And that's when, students don't perform well. So these things, now we have an auto-build rubrics in the system. You'd say, okay, comprehension 2 marks. So those things digitization has helped us to remove the subjectivity of paper setter. मतलब पूजा अगर पेपर सेट करेगी तो मैं अपने इंटेलेक्ट लेवल से नहीं कर दूंगी. राहुल करेगा, वो अपने हिसाब से पेपर बनाएगा कि इतने में तो बच्चा इतना कर लेगा, लेकिन नहीं. Machine knows that what is an ideal time, because machine has picked up responses of 350 million students, and they know that you might think it is a 3-minute question, but for a student of 10 years, it is a 6-minute question. So just imagine digitization. The biggest challenge was subjectivity of the paper setter. Digitization has removed that. That's what we did on our platform. That's why, my dear August crowd, it took us 10 years to stand here without a single advertisement because we wanted our work to speak it all. And that's what we are doing. Now, bridging the learning. So that was something which we have to bridge the learning divide, right? Or the divide. Now you will see here, when we go to different states, okay, and this is very important, students, to that there are